the moment her daughter took off her coat, revealing smooth, flawless arms. The woman's pupils shrank sharply. In an instant, she realized the girl before her was a fake, but she didn't expose it right away. Instead, she turned to her husband, saying she would personally take their daughter to school today. Half an hour later, the girl suddenly walked onto the rooftop, then leaped off, plummeting from the high-rise building. The phone rang abruptly. The homeroom teacher anxiously called the woman, but she merely glanced at the screen and hung up without hesitation. Everyone was shocked by the scene, but her cold indifference was because she had lived through this before. She was reborn. In her previous life, she had rushed to the school upon receiving the teacher's call, only to be met with her daughter's lifeless body. She had collapsed in despair, wanting one last look at her child, but the homeroom teacher slapped her across the face and furiously accused her of murdering her own daughter. The woman was stunned. Just as she was about to explain, her gentle and considerate husband stepped forward with a cold expression, claiming that she had long abused their daughter, driving the child to end her own life. She stood there, frozen, unable to believe her ears. Before she could even speak, that scumbag suddenly lifted her daughter's clothes, exposing a body covered in horrifying old wounds. The crowd instantly erupted in outrage. Everyone cursed her as heartless and cruel. Law enforcement soon arrived. Due to the severity of the case, the woman was ultimately sentenced to life imprisonment. A year later, she died in that cold prison cell, full of grievances, but when she opened her eyes again, she found herself reborn a year earlier. And today was the day her daughter had jumped. Looking at her bright, living child, the woman trembled as she pulled her into a tight embrace. This time, she would never let her daughter die again. In the kitchen, her husband warmly served breakfast, wearing that familiar smile, but the woman felt a chill run through her heart. In her past life, she had been completely deceived by this face. If not for being reborn, she would never have seen the true nature of that scumbag. After breakfast, her daughter was about to leave for school, but the woman suddenly stopped her. She pointed out that the girl's dress was dirty and told her to go change. As her daughter was getting changed, the woman took the opportunity to closely examine her arms. Her skin was smooth and delicate, without a single old wound. Her heart tightened. In her past life, within just a few short hours, where had those injuries on her daughter's body come from? What detail had she overlooked? Determined to uncover the truth, the woman insisted on taking her daughter to school herself. Upon arriving, the first thing she saw was a familiar figure, the homeroom teacher, the one who had kicked her while she was down in her past life. She strode forward, coldly questioning the teacher, asking if she had always held a grudge against her. But the teacher looked utterly confused, even suspecting that she had lost her mind. The woman frowned deeply. The course of events in this life had already changed, yet she still couldn't find the crucial clue. Back at work, she replayed every detail from her past life over and over. Where had the wounds on her daughter's body come from? Why had the teacher and her husband so firmly accused her of abuse? What crucial piece of information had she missed? As she pondered, she accidentally knocked over the photo album on her desk, and what she saw next left her utterly stunned.